Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I hope you all are doing so well. My name is Aisha Taylor Issa, founder and CEO of the Sisters in Business Expo, owner of the Sister Shop. And we are so excited to have you all join us this afternoon. We have a really special treat for you. And so I want you to share this live, hang out with us for a little bit. We're not going to be on too long, but we have some really important information to share and we are excited to share it with all of you. And so go ahead and share this live. If you happen to join late, or you have to step away for a bit, it will remain on our pages, so you could always come back and catch up on what you might have missed. But we're super excited about tonight's live. So my name again, for those who may not know me or may be joining us for the first time, my name is Aisha Taylor Issa, founder and CEO of the Sisters in Business Expo and owner of the Sister Shop. We are the country's only multi-city small business expo and community created to celebrate and educate entrepreneurial women of color. And we are so excited to be partners once again with the Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women Black in Business initiative. We have been working and partnering with this program since its onset, since its launch. And since that time, it has been so amazing to see the progress and the growth that it has made over the years. I'm not going to say too much because we have one of the representatives from the program who is with us tonight, and she's going to tell you this afternoon, and she's going to tell you more about it. And then also, if you have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comments. We will be, getting to those in just a little bit. But we wanted to take this opportunity to really allow you to hear firsthand about this initiative because the application period is open for the next cohort and it ends on September 15th. And so we don't want you to miss out on this great opportunity to apply to have you and your business participate in the next cohort for the 1 Million Black Women Black in Business initiative by Goldman Sachs. This is a stellar training program, learning program, and community where you can work side by side with other Black women entrepreneurs and learn from incredible, successful entrepreneurs and experts in various fields on better ways to start, grow, and scale your business. And so I am going to turn it over in just a moment to Pooja Kalapakarel, who's going to tell you more about the program. But we definitely are excited to have you join us for tonight's live. So please hang out with us for a bit. And again, if you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments. We have folks on Instagram who are with us, and then we're also on Facebook and YouTube. So we're excited to be streaming this across all of the platforms. So wherever you're joining us, welcome, welcome, welcome. And we are excited to share this information with you. So now I will turn it over to Pooja.
All right. Thank you so much, Aisha. My name is Pooja. I'm with the Initiative for a Competitive Inner City, or ICIC for short. We are an economic development organization that is focused in small business education programming that helps drive economic inclusive prosperity in under-resourced communities. But the reason I'm joining you today is that we are also the national outreach and recruitment partner for the Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women Black in Business program. So Aisha said it so well, but we're really, really excited to be here. We have been partnering with Sisters in Business since the launch of the program in 2022. So really grateful to be here, to be back and in this space, through Aisha being able to speak to all of you about the Black in Business program. So again, very excited and welcome to everyone who's here. I know this might be the first time you're hearing about the program, so I have some slides up here that I will use to kind of walk us through the different parts of the program. But as Aisha said, if we have any questions, we can definitely, she'll kind of share what those questions are, and we'll be able to answer those at the end of this as well. But just to give you a sense of what I wanted to cover today is just talking about the why of Black in business. We often get asked this question of like, why this program? Why does why does the Goldman Sachs Foundation want to invest in Black women, right? And so I definitely want to provide a little bit of context there. We get asked a lot of questions on the eligibility criteria, especially now that the application is open. And one update that I didn't even get to share with Aisha that just came right off the press before I got on this call is we are actually extending our application deadline a tiny bit, just by a day, to Monday, September 16th. So we'll get to that at the end, but definitely apply now. I'd rather you apply now than later, but we'll definitely get to the deadline and what you need, where you need to be as a business to be able to meet the eligibility criteria. And then I want to go over just what the program is overall. A lot of questions on structure. Is it hybrid? Do I have to be somewhere to participate? So we'll go over that. And then obviously the biggest question is, what do I get out of the program, right? So we'll definitely go over the program curriculum and expectations, the role of the business advisors and mentors and growth groups. These are all components of the program. As Aisha said, there's all these resources, there's all these people involved in getting you to the place where you want to be with your business. And so I definitely want to talk through what those roles look like. How are you engaging and interacting with them throughout the program? And then, of course, definitely want to talk about our partners. As you can imagine, a program with this level of, with this scale requires a lot of moving pieces and people and dedicated partnerships. And so we want to make sure we talk about sort of who's involved as well, including Aisha and Sisters in Business is one of the people who makes this possible. And so we'll definitely talk through all those components. As Aisha mentioned, it has been incredible to see the program grow. We're now at 750 alumni for the Black in Business program, which is crazy to think, given that we just launched in 2022. And I just came back from the orientation of our cohort 6, our fall 2024 cohort, where we welcomed for the first time 300 scholars. So by the end of the year, we'll have over 1,000 alumni, which is incredible, a really big accomplishment for us. And we're really excited to have you all join that alumni network. That's the goal here. We want to see you through the program. We want to see you on the other side as well. But to get into a little bit more about the Black in Business program, for those of you who don't know, the Goldman Sachs Foundation launched the 1 Million Black Women Initiative, which dedicates $10 billion of investment capital and $100 million in philanthropic support to help to invest in Black women and the key pillars of entrepreneurship, housing, healthcare, and various other pillars as well. As part of the launch of the 1 Million Black Women Initiative in 2021, a lot of research was done on, what are the other needs of Black women, right? Especially entrepreneurs. And what we found is that entrepreneurship equalizes. So the opportunity is clear. 96% of Black businesses are sole proprietors, of which 55% are run by Black women. Black women are starting businesses faster than any other demographic. 17% of Black women are starting a new business, but only 3% become mature businesses. And so that is, that this gap is what we're aiming to fix through this program, aiming to eliminate entirely, is through entrepreneurial education. Entrepreneurship equalizes. Black women face a 90% wealth gap, and that decreases dramatically when comparing Black and white business owners. And so that's really the why of Black in Business. It's really there to eliminate that gap, to give Black women who are sole proprietors the tools necessary to get their business to where they want to be, where they have the potential to be. And I'll definitely talk through what that looks like and how the program does that. But first, I want to talk about the eligibility criteria. We often get a lot of questions of, should I do this program? Is this program for me? Is this the right time for me? Am I ready? So we welcome business owners to apply who align with our mission of supporting Black women entrepreneurs with tools and education so they can create jobs, opportunity, economic growth in their communities. And so the specific requirements are that you have to be a sole proprietor, which means you are the 100% owner of the business. It is your business. You're the person who is running and operating and owning it. And we certainly want you to feel supported. If you have part-timers, contractors, family members, interns, that's all great. The one thing, though, is that we want to ensure that you are really the main person running the business. So if you have any full-time people, we want you to be that full-time person, and no other full-time employees. But again, like I said, we definitely want you to be supported. So if you have interns, family, part-timers, contractors, anyone else helping you in your business, we welcome them as well. And then in terms of the minimum revenue, we're looking for $25,000 in revenue in your business in the past 12 months. And then we also want to make sure that your business is revenue generating, in the sense that, I think a lot of this is a common experience for a lot of folks, where maybe they have a business running on the side and they take a break for a couple years to manage other commitments, and then they get back to their business. We want to make sure that you're going through the program when you are back in your business. You're ready to kind of hit the ground running, take your business to the next level, when you've managed those other commitments that allow you to have your business be open right now and generating revenue, right? So those are the businesses that we would want to have in the cohort. And then we also are looking for businesses that have been in operation for at least 1 year. So these are minimum criteria. We often get asked the question, oh, well, I've been in operation for 15 years. Can I still do this? You absolutely can. We've had business owners who have gone through the program because they had a business going on for 10 years. And maybe in the past 2 years, they decided, you know what, I want to quit my full-time job. I want to make this my main. And they've gone through the program. So we certainly welcome those of you who are wondering, whether you're too old for the program or your business is too old for the program. You're certainly welcome to apply. We actually love having, business owners and businesses of different ages in the program. And then the other thing about the minimum revenue, we often get asked, well, I made, 60,000, or maybe I made 100,000. Can I do the program? You absolutely can. It is a minimum threshold requirement. We've had businesses that are bigger that have gone through the program, and they really still got a lot out of the program. So we definitely encourage you to apply, even if you're sort of past some of these minimum criteria. And then in terms of the program overview, and this is often, where I get a lot of questions structurally, like, what does the program look like? What's it going to look like on my calendar, right? One thing I want to mention before I get into that is that it is a completely free business education program. It's a scholarship program. And I'm going to say that probably a couple times throughout this presentation, because a lot of folks don't believe me when I say it, but it is completely free. It is a scholarship program. And really the idea being that we want to help you scale your business, grow your business. So you're probably wondering, I'm at this, I don't know if this is a good fit for me. I don't know. And it really depends on where you are in your business, right? So if you're at a place where your business has potential, right? Say, for example, you made about 25,000 or more in the past 12 months. And maybe you're not quite sure how you did that. It just happened. Somehow you had, a lot of support from friends, family, your part-timers, your contractors. Somehow you were able to get your business to generate 25,000 revenue, but you're not quite sure how that happened. But you know what, there's something here. This is a really incredible business. I'm able to somehow generate this revenue. I don't have much strategy around it, but I want to keep this going. This is the program for you, right? If you're at a place where you want to take your business potential and what you've achieved so far, and you want to put some strategy to it, you want to put sustainability, you want to put scalability, profitability towards it, this program is for you. And the way the program does that is by helping you learn how to price your product or service, hire your employee, understand your finances. And those are just a few of the different topics that we cover, but we cover a lot more as well. So really looking for businesses that are, ready to take the next step in their business and ready to kind of think about, what does profitability and sustainability look like for me? How do I scale this? How can I even think about doing that? Given that I'm not quite sure how I even got here. So that's a really great example of business owners who have gone through the program, who've sort of that's the mindset that they were in before they started. And then in terms of what you get through the program, it is sort of a hybrid model. You start with an in-person learning session at the Goldman Sachs headquarters in New York. That's your orientation. I just came back from orientation for the fall 2024 cohort, and it really is an incredible experience. The in-person learning is amazing. You're going to be in a cohort of 300 other Black women. It is a really transformative, amazing experience. The energy is contagious. It's infectious. It's wonderful. And that's why we want you to have that in-person learning session. Now, usually I get asked the question, well, I'm based in California. New York is across the country. How do I even get there? How am I going to afford it? And this is where I want to reiterate, it is a completely free scholarship program. We will cover the cost of your transportation, your accommodation while you're in New York City, and your food. All of those things are going to be covered by the program. You don't need to worry about it. And that's, we are a national program. We want business owners from all over the country joining. And so we certainly encourage you to apply. We don't want you to feel like, oh, you can't do it. You certainly can. We will cover the expenses. But after that initial orientation session, we have 10 weeks of online learning. And the 10 weeks really are they are online. You're going to be interacting with your cohort, your growth group, your business advisor, your mentor. I'm going to get into what all those are. But that 10 weeks of online learning is really the bulk of the program content. And at the very end, you have another in-person learning session at the Goldman Sachs headquarters in New York City. Once again, we will pay for the accommodation, the transportation, the food, everything is paid for by the program. In terms of what else you access from the program, everyone tells me, all the alumni always tell me that the most powerful thing that they receive is this network of Black women entrepreneurs. Being in a cohort of 300 scholars, and this is our first cohort of 300 scholars, and we're looking to welcome another one next year, is an incredible experience. It's really what they're looking for. It's what folks say they don't typically have access to. That, and also the strategic advisors that help them get through the program, is another key selling point or key asset of the program that folks are really happy about when they're in the program. Just having that, having someone to sort of hold your hand during those hard moments, during the hard decisions you have to make as a business advisor in the program, or as a scholar in the program. The advisors really help guide your path to growth. And just in terms of what the curriculum actually covers, so as I mentioned, you start with an orientation, and then those 10 weeks of online learning covers these 6 modules. So it starts out with mastering the art of customer attraction, which is all about building customer profiles, identifying why your customer would choose you over your competitor, right? Like really figuring out your value there. And then thinking about that keys to effective marketing, helping you develop content that drives audiences, that essentially drives audiences to you and your business. And then that goes into mod 3, which is optimizing your operations for growth. It really helps you understand, what is your process? How can you, develop and maintain and maybe build or optimize on your processes, since operations and processes are everything, especially as you're trying to grow and scale. And then, as I mentioned, earlier, that you'll be thinking about how to look at your financial statements. And because financial statements tends to be a topic that a lot of folks are nervous about, hesitant about, not quite comfortable with, we have 2 modules dedicated to those. One of them is about understanding and managing your financial statements, your key terms. What does that mean? And then the second one is about financial planning and projection, right? So how do you think about your financials in the future? How do you read your financials so that you can make those projections, right? Budgeting for, a big expense that you have coming in your business. All of those items are covered in those 2 modules. And then the last module is about thinking about the future. It's positioning for growth, helping you prepare to raise capital to facilitate your business growth, to think about how do I take the next step? How do I apply for that loan? What does it mean for me to pitch the business to get that loan, right? So those are the 6 modules of the program curriculum. But you also have, in addition to that, multiple resources, one of them being a growth group. So if you're probably wondering, how am I going to be in a cohort of 300 scholars, and what am I going to learn? How am I going to learn in such a huge cohort? It will break down into smaller groups. So you're going to be placed in a growth group of about 5 scholars. And these scholars are the people you're probably going to get to know the best in the program. You're going to bounce ideas off of each other. You'll probably complain to each other about the homework and other things, but you'll get really close to your growth group. Those are the people that you're going to be meeting on a weekly basis throughout the program. And I will also say that we have alumni who have continued with their growth group. They have stayed with their growth group even after graduating from the program. And it just is a testament to how close people get and how much they want to stay connected with each other afterwards. But the growth groups are actually not determined by industry. You might be wondering, I'm a professional service business. Will I be with other service businesses? In the cohort, yes, there's a mix of product and service businesses. But in terms of your growth group, you won't necessarily be with other, businesses from your own industry. There's actually a lot of, we've seen that there's a lot of there's a lot more learning that happens when you're placed in growth groups of people who are from different industries. Since you all are in different industries, but you might have the same problems, but because you're in different industries, you approach them differently. So those are, I would say the growth group is one of the biggest assets of the program. And then I've talked about the business advisors a little bit already, but they will meet with you individually, one-on-one every week. And they're also going to meet with you and your growth group on a weekly basis as well. So they're going to assist with planning and executing your business strategies, helping you improve your efficiency in operations and finances. They're also going to challenge you, right? So we've had scholars who go through the program who think, okay, I'm gonna take this route to growth, and I'm dead set on it. And then they get into the program, and their business advisor challenges them or introduces them to new ideas. And that's something we find to be actually an asset of the program, is getting you to kind of think differently, think bigger, think about it from a different perspective. They're always going to be fostering new ideas and challenging your notions a little bit, just because those are the folks who are really going to be able to dive in deeper and get you to think differently. They're also going to help you stay accountable to the program and to your growth group. Obviously, this is a program where you're learning a lot of material, you're implementing a lot of new things for the business, and it can be, can feel like, how am I supposed to do this on your own? And the answer is, you're not doing it on your own. You're doing it with your business advisor. You're doing it with your growth group. All of you will hold each other accountable. And of course, your business advisor will be the person to kind of say, do you have enough data? Do you have enough evidence that you should go down this route? Is this really the best route for you? They'll sort of have that critical eye, but it's going to help you. It's going to help you understand what parts of the picture are you still missing before you make that business decision. And then we also have mentors who are in the program, and every mentor is a Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Businesses graduate. So they have firsthand experience of what it's like to go through a program and, go through the intensity, the ups and downs, the homework, the meetings with their business advisor. They have gone through that themselves. And so they're going to encourage you to stay curious and open to new ideas, get you comfortable with taking risks, since they've done that themselves. They can also provide appropriate experiential knowledge and serve as a confidant for a partner. And they might help you think about a decision more, think about any business related issues. And then, of course, one of the biggest assets that they provide is helping even just in the program, opening your mind to the different topics and the ideas that are discussed, and how you can think about your growth plan or your action plan in the program. And of course, they are very well connected to the 10KSB alumni community and a wealth of other resources. So we certainly encourage you to tap into those resources as well. And then just in terms of kind of, the who of, who's putting all this together. And this is one of the final notes I want to leave you on, is just who are the different partners. As you can imagine, it really does take a village to get this program up and running off the ground. And so in addition to partners like Sisters in Business, we also have partners who are running the program on, a cohort to cohort basis. So of course we have the Goldman Sachs Foundation, and without them and their funding, this program would not be possible. They are also the Executive National Strategic Advisor for the program as well. And then in terms of other partners, so you might be wondering who's delivering this academic curriculum. It is the NYU Stern School of Business. They are the national curriculum partner for the program, and they're incredible, best in class. They'll be able to provide the best information, the best resources, and the best faculty. So it's really exciting to have them as a curriculum partner here. And then, as I mentioned, I'm with ICIC, and we drive inclusive economic prosperity in under-resourced communities through innovative research and programs to create jobs, income, and wealth for local residents. And we are involved in the Black in Business program as the national outreach and recruitment partner. So again, that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm excited to be here, is to introduce all this information, all these amazing partners to you, and hope to see you on the other side. And as my final note, I know, as I mentioned before, we did extend the deadline one day from the 15th to the 16th. So please apply by September 16th. I know a number of you have probably already gotten that email from Aisha and her team. And so thank you for those of you who've already applied. For those of you who have not applied, please apply. And you have a few more days, but I highly recommend going ahead and submitting an application today. Maybe right now. It only takes about 15 minutes or so. And if you're on the fence, of applying or not applying, what I like to tell people is there is nothing that could go wrong with applying. The worst that happens is, maybe this is not the right time. Maybe you don't meet all the criteria right now, but at least now we have your information and we can send you to other resources to help you get ready for this program. For when we open the application again, maybe in a year or so, you'll be ready and you can apply then. We'll already have your information. You'll be the first to know, right? So I would always say, just go ahead and submit an application. It does not count against you for you to submit one and not get accepted into the program. If anything, if I see that someone's applied a few times, I just get excited that they're so dedicated to the program. It's actually more of a green flag. So please go ahead and apply. Even if you're wondering, am I going to make it? I don't know if I meet all the criteria. Feel free to go ahead and apply anyway. And our email address is blackandbiz@icic.org. So if you have any questions at all, feel free to email us here at this email address, and we can make sure, if you have any business specific circumstances or situations that you want to run by us before you apply, you're welcome to do that, and we'll make sure that we answer your questions. And with that, I'm going to stop sharing and ask Aisha if there have been are there any questions that have come in so far? Anything that I need to answer?
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much, Pooja. That was so informative. And we do have a couple of questions from Instagram. So let's see. Cultured Naturals BC asks, how long is the orientation?
That's a great question. Orientation is just a few days. It's about I would say it's about maybe 3 days in total, where you start. It sort of starts with a half day on the first day, a full day on the second day, and then like another half day on the third day.
Okay. Oh, we lost your sound, Pooja.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Now we can.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's everything I have on orientation. But if you have any, if you're curious, in terms of traveling and stuff, you typically travel in that, that, say if it's a Monday to Wednesday kind of orientation, you travel in on Monday, you have programming the rest of the day Monday, programming all day Tuesday, and then programming for the first half of the day on Wednesday, and you typically fly out on Wednesday.
Okay. Awesome. Another question from Instagram, Excellent Chef Services, is asking, I'm restarting my business and right now I'm not making $25,000 a month. So would I qualify?
The revenue is $25,000 pretty much over a year. So you don't need to be making $25,000 a month. It's $25,000 over the course of 12 months. So the application will ask, what is your 2023 revenue? So if you made, $25,000 by the end of 2023, counting up all the revenue you've had in 2023, that would make you eligible for the program.
That's right. So that's a big difference. So you 25,000 for the
right.
year.
No, we're not expecting 25,000 per month.
No. So awesome. I don't see any additional questions right now. I did want to let everyone know, if you are on our mailing list, then you should have received several emails, but most recently one within the last hour, which has the link to the application. And then also the link is also in our bio on Instagram. So you will find the link in either of those places to apply. So feel free to click either on our link in our bio on our Instagram or on the last email that went out on our mailing list. If you did not receive it, or you can't find it, or you want to join our mailing list, feel free to send us an email. You can also join the mailing list on our website, but that is how you will get access. The easiest way is probably the link in the bio on Instagram, but we want to be sure you are tapping on that link so that you can get your access to the application, so you can start preparing. It is a fairly simple application. Like Pooja mentioned, it doesn't really take much more than about 15 minutes to really just share some information about you and your business. And I know that we're excited to see those applications come in so that we can get ready for the next cohort.
Yeah. And one other thing I wanted to mention too is the link that Aisha is sharing with all of you. That is specifically for the Sisters in Business Network. So we want to see your applications specifically. We have a link specifically for your network. If you're in the Sisters in Business Network, we want to know that it's you who's applying, that you're applying from the Sisters in Business Network. So please apply through the link that Aisha shared, because that way we'll know when we see it, oh, they're one of the Sisters in Business folks. So we want to make sure that we're keeping track, because we know that Aisha, her team, the entire Sisters in Business Network is amazing, and so we know that we're going to get amazing applications from you all. So we want to make sure that we're keeping track of that.
Thank you. All right, y'all. I'm not going to say it's any pressure, but I think Pooja kind of put some pressure on us there. We got to show up. We got to represent for the Sisters in Business Network and community. We want to be the highest ranked partner that submitted millions of applications for.
Right.
So please make sure you go directly to those links. It's in our bio on Instagram or in the emails that you have been receiving over the last couple of weeks. And if you have any questions, feel free to contact us. And also, Pooja shared the email address. Can you share it just again?
Yep. Give me 1 second. Let me put up my, or actually, should I drop it in the chat somewhere?
Yeah, you can do that for
Okay.
sure. And Nicole Graham is asking, can I share with your business organization? Absolutely. You can share this live. If you are on our email list, which I believe you are, you can share, forward the information there as well, so that folks can access the link. And you put it in our chat. I'll put it in the comments.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
And then, yes, Courtney Sykes is saying, just tuning in, we'll have to catch the replay. Yes, the replay will be available. It probably just takes a couple of minutes to load up. So check back in a few minutes if you didn't catch the whole live. But Pooja shared some really great information about the Black in Business 1 Million Black Women initiative. And the application period is open for the next cohort. It was extended a day. So now you have until September 16th at 11:59 p.m. to apply. So make sure you get those applications in. Don't wait until the last minute.
Don't wait till the last minute. Just do it today. Do it now.
Do it now. You never know what might happen. We have so many sisters who are in our community who have come back and said, I applied, because I saw it in your email, or I saw it on your post, and I got in. It was such a great program, and we love to hear that. So I can't wait to see all of the sisters who are going to be a part of this next cohort, just because they saw this live or they got our emails. We are all about connecting our sisters to incredible opportunities to help them start, grow, and scale their businesses, and this is definitely one of them. So thank you so much, Pooja. Thank you to everyone who joined tonight. Look out for the replay, and we'll look forward to seeing those applications.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you so much, Aisha. And thank you, everyone. Again, we are waiting for your applications, so please submit, and we are excited to see you in the cohort. Thanks,
Absolutely.
everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.